On July 28, 2025, Chicago felt a deep and profound loss. Ryne Sandberg, the legendary Hall of Fame second baseman, passed away at the age of 65 after a courageous and public battle with cancer. For decades, Sandberg had been a fixture in the city's heart, a symbol of perseverance and quiet strength both on and off the field. He died peacefully at home, surrounded by his loving family, facing his illness with the same grit, humility, and determination that defined his remarkable career. In his final days, Sandberg found comfort in the presence of those closest to him, cherishing every moment and sharing stories that spanned a lifetime of memories. Sandberg's openness about his diagnosis in 2024 inspired fans across the country and brought the entire baseball community together in a wave of support. Letters, social media tributes, and heartfelt messages poured in, reminding him, and the world, of the impact he had made far beyond the diamond. Even after a brief remission, when hope flickered for a return to normalcy, the cancer returned. Yet, Sandberg's spirit never wavered. He continued to show the same determination that made him a Cubs icon, never allowing adversity to define him. Throughout his struggle, he expressed deep gratitude for every moment, whether it was a quiet afternoon with family or a message from a lifelong fan. Sandberg turned his personal fight into a source of hope for others, encouraging those facing their own battles to keep moving forward. His final months were marked by dignity, humility, and a profound appreciation for life. Friends, teammates, and fans alike were reminded of the man behind the legend, a person who valued kindness, loyalty, and the simple joys of everyday moments. The news of his passing cast a somber shadow over Chicago. For many, Sandberg was more than just a ball player. He was a symbol of resilience, hope, and the enduring spirit of the city itself. His story resonated with anyone who ever faced hardship and chose to persevere. Wrigley Field's flags flew at half-mast, honoring the man whose number 23 became synonymous with Cubs' greatness. The stadium, so often filled with his energy, now stood as a monument to his legacy. As the city mourned, it also celebrated a life that inspired generations. Fans gathered at Wrigley's gates, leaving flowers, jerseys, and handwritten notes, sharing stories of how Sandberg's courage and sportsmanship had touched their lives. Sandberg's final inning was over, but his legacy echoed through the friendly confines. The empty seats and quiet field seemed to hold his memory, a silent tribute to a man who gave everything to the game and the city he loved. His memory remains a guiding light for Chicago and the game of baseball, inspiring future generations to play with heart, live with integrity, and never give up, no matter the odds. Ryne Sandberg's journey began as a 20th-round draft pick by the Phillies in 1978, a promising but overlooked shortstop. Few expected much from a player chosen so late, but Sandberg's determination was evident from the start. He worked tirelessly on his fundamentals, spending countless hours on the field, driven by a quiet belief that he could make it to the big leagues. After a brief stint in Philadelphia, he was traded to the Cubs in 1982, a move that would change the franchise forever. The trade, initially seen as a minor transaction, would soon be recognized as one of the most lopsided deals in baseball history. For Sandberg, it was a chance to prove himself on a bigger stage. Initially seen as a secondary piece in the trade, Sandberg quickly proved his worth in Chicago. He wasted no time making an impression, showing flashes of brilliance both at the plate and in the field. His work ethic and focus set him apart from his peers. Moved from shortstop to second base, he unlocked his true potential, becoming the Cubs' everyday anchor. The position switch was a turning point, allowing Sandberg to showcase his range, quick reflexes, and leadership on the diamond. His athleticism and instincts made him a defensive standout, while his rare combination of speed and power set him apart. Sandberg's ability to turn double plays, steal bases, and hit for both average and power made him a true five-tool player. Sandberg's transformation from unknown prospect to franchise cornerstone was swift and remarkable. In just a few seasons, he went from a name few recognized to one of the most respected players in the league, earning All-Star selections and Gold Glove awards. He embodied Chicago's blue-collar spirit, playing with hustle, intelligence, and quiet confidence. Sandberg's approach resonated with fans who valued hard work and resilience, and he quickly became a symbol of hope for the city. Fans saw in him a new hope, a player who could lead the Cubs to greatness. His clutch performances and unwavering dedication inspired a generation of Cubs supporters who rallied behind their new star. The trade that brought him to Chicago became legendary, delivering a hero to Wrigley Field. Sandberg's impact was felt not just in the win column, but in the renewed energy and optimism he brought to the franchise. Sandberg's rise marked the beginning of a new era for the Cubs, one defined by hope, pride, and the belief that anything was possible with the right leader on the field. The 1984 season was Sandberg's breakout, propelling the Cubs to their first playoff appearance since 1945. He hit .314 with 19 home runs, 84 RBIs, and 32 stolen bases, unheard-of numbers for a second baseman. Sandberg led the league with 19 triples, electrifying fans with his all-around play. Defensively, he was nearly flawless, committing just 6 errors and winning his first Gold Glove. His performance earned him the National League MVP, a testament to his dominance. Every game, Sandberg delivered, at the plate, on the bases, and in the field. He became a hero to Cubs fans, giving them a reason to believe. Though the Cubs fell short in the playoffs, Sandberg's 1984 season became legendary. It was the year he cemented his place among baseball's elite. Sandberg's MVP run remains a defining chapter in Cubs history. June 23, 1984. The Sandberg Game. On a sun-drenched afternoon at Wrigley Field, the Chicago Cubs prepared to face their longtime rivals, the St. Louis Cardinals. The air was electric, the stands packed with hopeful fans, and the stakes were high for both teams. On a national stage, Sandberg delivered a performance for the ages. With millions watching on television, he stepped up to the plate and etched his name into baseball history. Facing the Cardinals and their ace closer Bruce Sutter, Sandberg hit 2 game-tying home runs in the 9th and 10th innings. Each swing sent shockwaves through the stadium as fans erupted in disbelief and joy. He finished with 5 hits and 7 RBIs, single-handedly keeping the Cubs alive. His bat seemed unstoppable, and his determination inspired his teammates to rally behind him. The Cubs won 12, 11 in extra innings, but the day belonged to Sandberg. His heroics had turned an ordinary summer game into an unforgettable chapter in baseball lore. His clutch heroics turned him from star to legend in the eyes of fans everywhere. The crowd's cheers echoed through the city, and Sandberg's name was on everyone's lips. The drama and stakes of that game made it an instant classic. Every pitch, every swing, and every moment seemed larger than life, as if the baseball gods themselves were watching. Sandberg's performance became the signature moment of his MVP season. It was a display of skill, heart, and unbreakable willpower that would be remembered for generations. It defined his career and forever linked his name to Chicago sports lore. For Cubs fans, it was more than just a win. It was a moment of hope and pride. The Sandberg game is still celebrated as one of baseball's greatest individual feats. Decades later, fans and players alike look back on that day as a turning point for the franchise. That day, a legend was truly born at Wrigley Field. The echoes of Sandberg's bat and the roar of the crowd still linger in the ivy-covered walls. Sandberg's legacy was sealed in the hearts of Cubs fans, inspiring future generations to dream big and believe in the magic of baseball. Sandberg didn't just play second base, he redefined it. Traditionally a defensive position, he brought power and offensive prowess, shattering expectations. He won 9 consecutive Gold Gloves and set a record for errorless games at second base. Offensively, Sandberg won 7 Silver Sluggers and hit 282 career home runs, a record for his position at the time. In 1990, he led the league with 40 home runs, a feat unheard of for a second baseman. His all-around excellence made him a perennial all-star and a model for future generations. Sandberg proved a second baseman could be a team's offensive and defensive leader. His influence changed how the position was viewed across baseball. Today's power-hitting middle infielders owe much to Sandberg's groundbreaking career. Beyond the stats, Sandberg's character set him apart. He was a quiet leader, letting his work ethic and professionalism speak for him. Sandberg respected the game, his opponents, and the fans, never seeking the spotlight. He led by example, earning universal respect from teammates and rivals alike. His humility and dedication made him the heart of the Cubs for over a decade. Chicago embraced him as a blue-collar superstar, a reflection of the city's values. Sandberg's selfless approach inspired those around him to strive for excellence. He never played for personal glory, but for the love of the game and his team. The bond he built with fans was rooted in authenticity and hard work. Sandberg's legacy is as much about his character as his achievements. In 2005, Sandberg was inducted into the Hall of Fame, a fitting tribute to his impact on the game. His speech emphasized respect, integrity, and the importance of playing the right way. That same year, the Cubs retired his number 23, forever linking him to franchise legends. In 2024, a bronze statue was unveiled at Wrigley Field, capturing his iconic defensive form. These honors, Hall of Fame, retired number, and statue, cemented his place in Cubs history. Sandberg's legacy is now woven into the fabric of Wrigleyville. He is celebrated not just for his stats, but for the inspiration he provided. Generations of fans see him as the embodiment of Cubs greatness. His name will be remembered as long as baseball is played in Chicago. Sandberg's influence goes beyond numbers. He inspired players and fans alike. He showed that greatness could be achieved through quiet dedication and relentless effort. Sandberg paved the way for future second basemen to be both defensive anchors and offensive threats. His career became the blueprint for the modern all-around infielder. The statue at Wrigley Field stands as a permanent reminder of his impact. For older fans, it evokes memories. For younger ones, it's an introduction to a legend. Sandberg's connection to Chicago was built on shared values and mutual respect. He gave the city hope, thrilling moments, and a legacy of integrity. Sandberg remains a Chicago institution. His inspiration endures. After his passing, tributes poured in from across baseball, reflecting the deep respect Sandberg earned. The Cubs and MLB leaders praised his integrity, grit, and revolutionary impact on the game. He was compared to Chicago icons like Michael Jordan and Walter Payton, highlighting his cultural significance. Fellow Hall of Famers and opponents remembered his work ethic and sportsmanship. Fans shared personal stories, recalling his heroics and humble nature. The Sandberg game, his gold gloves, and his quiet dignity became cherished memories. For many, he was more than a Hall of Famer. He was a part of their lives. Sandberg's legacy as a baseball immortal and Chicago hero will never be forgotten.